Is get you it's your boy Sam back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're gonna be going over these Galaxy Opals on this tier list. And before I dive into it, I do want to preface this video by saying I act like most of these cards aren't even in the game, because the amount of times you'll see Galaxy Opals are pretty rare. Now you'll see a lot, some of the all-star ones, but like when you look at like Kobe, when you look at like Jalen Green, Sean Marion, you rarely are gonna see them. And I think that's a lot of it's because the community is starting to grasp the concept that like we can't continue on this trend that 2K wants us to go on. And so yes, if you don't have Opals, or if you don't want to gamble, like mostly myself, like yes, I opened some of the all-star, but like the Wild Wild West, if you look at my channel, I didn't give one gameplay from any of those cards, just because at some stage you have to act like these Opals do not exist. So for a lot of the time, guys, I'll go to 2K database and give you a counter of who, like let's say LeBron. So who is like a budget LeBron? Who is a guy that you can pick up that can be similar or at least defend against a guy like LeBron? Same thing with Giannis, and go from there. Because I feel like my job as a YouTuber is to give you guys options of, yes, you know, SJ, for example, might be the best point guard in the game, but there are other point guards that I think can give you nearly a similar level type of player. Benedict Mathurin up next. If you're ranking Galaxy Opals, I don't love this card. I saw Carlo rank him really high on his shooting guard tier list, even over like a pink diamond Kobe, which is just wrong. Benedict Mathurin's fine. You can use the card. You can have a lot of success with him. But when you're ranking some of these best Galaxy Opals, he's just not great. Damian Lillard up next. Now, here's the deal. Damian Lillard, you gotta talk about what Dame you want to talk about. So there's 3 different Galaxy Opals Dames, okay? Got the All-Star one, you've got the black jersey one, and then you got the blue jersey one, okay? Black jersey Dame is going to be the worst one. He doesn't even have the release on very quick. He's, in my opinion, if you're talking about the Galaxy Opals, probably F tier. I'm going to put this Dame in D tier, this Dame in D tier. I mean, he's only 6'2", he's just not great. If you wanted to move this one up to D tier, these two to C tier, he obviously could do that. Just not a big fan of him. D-Rob, really good. I mean, if you're talking about, you know, cards in the game, D-Rob's one of the best. Now, at the same time, when I'm comparing cards, and I know D-Rob's going to be better than this guy. I'm not going to sit here and argue it. But you want to budget big, Chet can go out there and compete with David Robinson. Okay, so I know D-Rob might, to pull them, probably going to cost you $500 to $1,000, where Chet is absolutely free. Just run Chet. I mean, yes, D-Rob going to be better, has the release on quick, but Chet is a guy that can go out there and compete against the David Robinson. So, I mean, if you're looking at a power forward center, even like a pink diamond Joel Embiid, even a guy like this, if you have him, can go out there and compete with a David Robinson. Tyson Chandler, you look at their defense, basically identical. Yes, D-Rob's going to shoot the ball a little better, but that's about it. D-Rob for Galaxy Opals is really good, though. S tier. Giannis, probably S tier 2. Now, I'm going to substitute Giannis in here for David Robinson and show you guys that Tyson Chandler is just a little worse version of Giannis, but the cards are not that much different. Even Chet can go out there and compete with the Galaxy Opal Giannis. Both those cards are really good, but obviously tied behind a big paywall. Go out there with a Chet or you know, Chet or a Tyson Chandler type player. Grant Hill, really good. He's collector level, so maybe the most expensive of all of these cards. So for Grant Hill, you got to collect a bunch of cards. He's solid. I can't sit there and hate on Grant Hill. I think he's much better than Benedict Mathurin, but I don't think the card's great. Jalen Green's a bona fide scrub. And that's one of the worst things about these packs is Jalen Green, Sean Marion. Where's Sean Marion? Those are the cards you're going to pull most of when you're looking, and even Rashard Lewis. Okay, I'll pull Rashard Lewis right in here as well. Those are the cards you're going to pull the most out of with these content drops. So I know Kobe and D-Rob are in the packs, but you got all of these cards, Rashard Lewis, Sean Marion, Jalen Green, who are D tier and F tier on the Galaxy Opal list. And, you know, in Troydan's video, 16 of the 19 total Opals were those 3, Jalen Green, Sean Marion, and Rashard Lewis. So yes, I know D-Rob and Kobe are probably better, but you're not going to pull them that often. James Harden, it depends obviously what James Harden, and this is again a paywall thing. So if you don't get the Pro Pass, you're looking at the James Harden with his release only on quick. This is the Pro Pass James Harden, the red jersey one. He has it on very quick. This James Harden only has it on quick. That's the big difference. Now, obviously, you could separate them. I do think James Harden is really good for a free card, no matter what James Harden you're looking at. So I'm honestly going to rank them at the same tier because I don't think it's that big of a difference. And I don't think a lot of people are even going to notice it. Some people even might like the release on quick more than the one on very quick. I don't think there's that much of a difference. I'm going to put them both at A tier. Galaxy Opal Jaylen Brown, again, behind a paywall. He's fine. Release gets to be better, but I don't think he does enough to be, even to Grant Hill. Maybe Grant Hill level, but even like a Jaylen Brown. When I'm looking at him at the shooting guard position, and you guys might hate me for doing this, but what does he really do that Peyton Watson can't do? Honestly, Peyton Watson's longer, gonna defend better with a better player build. Peyton Watson has a quicker release. Like, yes, Jaylen Brown is better. I'm not arguing that. Just saying, Peyton Watson, nearly just as good. Galaxy Opal Jayson Tatum, he's fine. B tier maybe, like, again, he's fine. I can't sit there and just hate on Jayson Tatum. But a card, again, if you're looking at a small forward that I think is nearly just as good. If you look at Jayson Tatum, right, and you go to this most recent drop, this card is 90% of what Jayson Tatum is in Leonard Miller. I mean, I'm telling y'all, you could think, oh, it's all pay to win. Not really. I'm telling y'all, Leonard Miller can go out there and compete with Jayson Tatum. Longer, lengthier, maybe even going to defend better. Jayson Tatum in the Galaxy Opal list, probably B tier, maybe A tier. Galaxy Opal Joel Embiid, I'm going to go B tier. I don't even think he's close to D-Rob or Giannis level, which is sad because, again, if you open the All-Star packs, you're much more likely to pull a Joel Embiid than a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Cat, probably B tier. Again, he's fine, long, lengthy, going to get you steps, but even a Chet is going to go out there and give you 99% of what Cat does. KD, probably better than Jayson Tatum, A tier maybe. But even if you look at Leonard Miller compared to KD, I mean, is there really that big of a difference? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. I still don't think KD's release is as quick as it needs to be. Chris Middleton, I'm going to go C tier. Now, Chris Middleton's a free Galaxy Opal, so he's one I can actually talk about for himself. Best thing about Chris Middleton is his defense. Obviously, his offense, I don't think that release is going to be super quick. Trey Leaner's nice. MJ dribble style is nice. The whole thing that I go back to is he, one of the more complete players in the game? And I just don't know about that. I don't hate Chris Middleton, but I feel like his offense is a little limited. I don't love his release, but defensively, he's going to be stout. For what he is, Galaxy Opals, probably put him at C tier. Maybe even, I'm going to put him at B tier. If Jaylen Brown's B tier, I'm going to put Chris Middleton at B tier and not hesitate on it. Galaxy Opal Kobe's S tier, but I mean, Pink Diamond Kobe would at least be A tier on this list, and that's the whole thing. I know Pink Diamond Kobe was expensive in his own right, but I want you guys to realize, don't feel like you need to upgrade your Kobe. There's hardly a difference in the Kobe's. Yes, I know release-wise gets faster, badge-wise gets a little bit better, but the Pink Diamond Kobe, still one of the best cards in the entire game. Don't feel like you need to upgrade. And even like this card right here, in Julius Erving or Paul George, they can go out there and compete with this Galaxy Opal Kobe Bryant. So that's, again, Kobe's Kobe. And again, even if you want to think about it as a more budget option, Peyton Watson can go out there and compete. But I mean, look at this. Paul George, Pink Diamond, is nearly just as good as Galaxy Opal Kobe. So again, I know I'm bringing it up a lot, but that's just the truth behind it. Galaxy Opal LeBron, watch my No Money Spent Squad series. I faced Galaxy Opal LeBron, and I have Leonard Miller guarding him. And a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, Ty, you're just better. Not really. I mean, Braun is still Braun. Leonard Miller is still Leonard Miller. I can only control so much. But what I'm saying is these upper 80s compared to the mid 90s, they're basically the same. So yeah, plus minus 10 doesn't really matter that much. Leonard Miller can go out there and compete with Braun. Is Braun the best small forward in the game? Sure, but don't feel like you need him to compete because you absolutely don't. Galaxy Opal Luka up next. I'm gonna go B tier. I'm taking James Harden over Luka Doncic, and even this Luka compared to the Pink Diamond Luka, that obviously is the deal of the day one that has some defense, not the free one. He's fine, but Luka's Luka. I mean, he's gonna give you what you know. Mac McClung. I'm not a Mac McClung fan. Again, hidden behind gambling. And he's 6'2" at the point guard position. If you open All-Star packs, Mac McClung's probably going to be flying out of there because the card is just not great. MPJ, I don't love him. 20 wins and unlimited for the card. I mean, he's fine. He's just not a card that I am a massive fan of. I think C tier is the right spot for Michael Porter Jr. Money Mitch Richmond can play point guard. I just don't know if I love him. Again, a collector level reward that is behind a big time paywall. Decent 3-ball, decent speed, decent lateral quickness, interior perimeter is fine. But my whole thing is he's behind a massive paywall. Really is fine, CP dribble style, but I just am not the biggest fan of Money Mitch Richmond. Moses Malone, another free card. Now, here's the problem. Moses Malone isn't as good as D-Rob. And I like Moses Malone. I think Moses Malone is fantastic. But one of the bigger problems that I personally see with this whole season is, how are you going to put a Galaxy Opal? We're not even talking about the Shaqs. How are you going to put a Galaxy Opal in packs that's better than your ultimate reward, Moses Malone? That rubs me the wrong way. Moses at the power forward position, still going to be absolutely incredible. Miles Turner, I mean, A tier. I'll take Moses Malone over Miles Turner every day of the week. I think, people are gassing Miles Turner. He's fine. He's just, in my opinion, not that next level good. Jokic, I mean, I'm going to move Miles Turner down. I mean, honestly, what is Miles Turner really giving you? Jokic, Joel Embiid, Cat, Miles Turner, they're all fine. Barely better than Pink Diamond Chet. Just being realistically honest with you. SGA, he's the best point guard in the game. I mean, I can't sugarcoat things. Now, what I'm going to do, and you guys can call me crazy, we had a free Donovan Mitchell in the game, okay? And Donovan Mitchell can go out there and compete against an SGA. SGA is 100% better than Donovan Mitchell. I'm not arguing that. But if you could go get a free Donovan Mitchell, you could have just as much fun with him as you can with SGA. Unpopular opinion, but that's just the truth. Sidney Moncrief up next, token reward. He's good. Don't feel like you need to buy your way towards Sidney Moncrief, though. I'll be the first to say he is really good, especially on that defensive end of the court. But just get him as you go. You know, he is your token reward, plays a ton of defense. Offensively is just fine as well with some good dribble sigs. But I'm going to throw him at B tier because I do think he's that good, but just get him patiently. Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, C tier. I still think Luka, Sidney Moncrief have the advantage. Tyrese is going to move. It's just that release that is not great in my opinion. Next up, guys, last certainly not least, Propass Zion. Not the biggest Zion fan. I'm going to go C tier. I mean, for Galaxy Opals, you got some other guys that are just better than him. I'll still take JTKD, but for $10, he is not the worst option. That's going to wrap it up for our Galaxy Opal tier list today, guys. Hopefully it helps you out. Again, I don't recommend buying any of these cards. Work your way towards James Harden to level 40. Try to get Moses at the end of things. Chris Middleton along the way is nice. But, I mean, again, don't feel like you need some of the top guys to compete. It's just not worth it. It's not worth spending $50 to $100 every week to try to pull these cards. It's not like you got to spend those for guaranteed cards. You got to spend that to try to compete, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Use your budget, guys. Have fun with them and go and compete with them. That's going to wrap it up for our video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.